What's up, Trader's Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option, and I'm coming to you from a garden apartment here in Chicago, Illinois. I rented for a couple days with my family while I've been on vacation, but I wanted to get you warmed up for the week. I will be back midweek, and I can't wait to get into trading because we've got a lot going on this week. So with that, we're going to go through the big economic announcements this week. We're going to look at levels in the S&P 500 and the Qs, talk about the Dow Jones, and talk a little bit about the VIX. And I'm going to give you a couple stocks to watch as well. So with that, let's dig in. All right. So this week is a big week. Why? Why is this a big week? It's the beginning of earnings season. We have three big earnings coming up this week. Starts with JP Morgan. They're on Friday morning. If you look at kind of what we're looking for, under normal circumstances, they're looking for about 2.5%. They're pricing in about 2.5%. Citigroup, kind of the same boat. They report on Friday as well, little right around in line. Last but not least, actually last and least, Wells Fargo. This is the only one they're really looking for a slightly bigger move than is normally priced in. I think these bank earnings are important. Why? Because they're going to kind of lay out what borrowing and what business activity looks like. Now, there are some beliefs that, hey, maybe business activity is starting to slow down a little bit. We're going to start to find that out on Friday. Early next week, we also have Goldman and a few other names. All right, let's dig into the major indexes. SPX closed at a new all-time high, right at 55.7285 on Monday. Did produce a little bit of a doji. It's looking really stretched. So I would not be surprised if we got a little bit of selling. This is about as wide over the 21-day moving average that we've seen for most of the year. The last time we were this wide was May 15th, and that led to a reconvergence. Now, we have not touched the 21-day since May 31st. Over a month, would not be surprised to see that start to develop this week. Qs, similar story. They've gotten really stretched over the 21-day. In fact, they're wider than we've really seen this year. Even May 15th was not as wide as we've seen. I think there's a real chance that you see, the Qs maybe lose a little bit of steam. Now, one thing to be aware of with the triple Q and with the S&P is that we've not seen all 7 of the major names sell off. They've been rotating around between them. So one day you've got NVIDIA down, but money's flowing into Apple. Another day you've got Amazon down, but money's flowing into Tesla. And this has been kind of a consistent theme for the last 6 months. What happens if all 7 of those are down? I just want you to think about them. All right. All right. Now let's look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is one where I do think there's still room to run. We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks. Every other stock is kind of in a flat market except for the Mag 7. The Dow is symptomatic of that. That's why it's been unable to break its highs from the middle of May. IWM, the Russell 2000, maybe looks worse. It's actually, you could almost call it a bear market. It's bumping against the 21-day and the 50-day. Can it break out above there? We have yet to see it be able to do it. But when it does, that will be interesting. All right. So if the Mag 7 doesn't break us, what else could? Bonds. We had a really nice bounce off this bottom here. Right back up to the 21-day. I think you're going to see them sell off. The thing that is going to cause a major market sell-off is going to be some combo of the bond market weakening and the Mag 7 all selling off on the same day. I don't know which is the chicken and which is the egg, but that combo is what's going to create it. Let's look at volatility in the VIX. The VIX closed at 1237. Again, I would note that since the end of June, we're up pretty aggressively, and VIX is up as well. that is usually not a bullish sign. Futures term structure still pointing in a nice contango, and really not a massive spread. These expire on the 17th, so in about 9 days. So they look pretty normal. I continue to think August is a little cheap. So there's where you might see some action is in August. August has traditionally been kind of a rough month for the market. So wouldn't be surprised to see earnings season start to set a little bit of selling for the overall market. All right, so what are the stocks I'm watching? I want to start with AVGO. This is Broadcom. They are going to split this week. We've been talking about this one in Option Pit Research. I expect us to get one more push higher before this one turns around. This is basically a Mag 7 stock now. Post split should be interesting, but I like this one into the split. Next one I'm watching, SMCI. I think this one has a split coming. Could be interesting. Another one that has a split coming, ARM Holdings, might have a split coming your way. Keep an eye on that one. Other stocks to watch, Apple. Andrew said this and it was perfect. They're pricing in something that Apple doesn't do right now. Is the next AI boom going to be super cycle? That's what they're pricing in. Because we've seen a massive market cap expansion in Apple. Next up, NVIDIA. Since they topped out on the 20th, this thing has kind of dropped and then had fits and starts and basically rode the 21-day up. Can it break away higher, or are we going to get a dip to 109? That's up in the cards. I'm not completely sure. Now, finally, I want you to keep an eye on oil stocks, ExxonMobil, Chevron. They got their lunch handed to them the last couple of days. They look like they bottomed out. I like these as a long. Last but not least, Palantir. Seen a lot of bullish flow here. It's an interesting play. Did show a hammer on the top, an inverted hammer on the top. So something to keep an eye on there. And then kind of a bonus trade is Chewy. I think this one is going to break out. This is one I like. Closed at below 25. It's been kind of hanging out below the 21-day. I think it's going to bust out above there. All right, folks. We're running out of time for you to sign up for the event in Chicago. I'm here in Chicago, kind of as I stated, kind of running reconnaissance for you guys. I was at the Cubs game on Sunday, making sure it was still fun. Good news, it still is. If you'd like to join me in Chicago, July 22nd through the 24th, click the link here. And if you're watching me on YouTube, the link is in the description. Like and subscribe. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great day and a great trading week. I can't wait to be back with you all on Wednesday. I am Mark Sebastian, your only option. Have a good one. See you soon, guys.